Hey guys, you're watching Cocktails with Khloe, episode 14, and this is our last show, so definitely stay tuned. We have a great one for you.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Cut straight out the salon, bitch.
I know.
Oh wait, I want to hear you sing it.
That was so good.
I instantly started off with the wrong words. Like, what's my problem here? This is a great song, right? Yeah, it's all right. All
It's
right,
relevant for tonight.
Yeah, it's relevant for tonight. Hey guys, you are watching Cocktails with Khloe. This is episode 14, and it is titled Kimye and Legends. Very original, right?
Yes.
This is our last show for the season. I'm really sad.
sad.
We originally were supposed to have like 8 episodes.
We were about 8 more.
So yeah, we got a few more.
And not only
so.
is it the season finale, it's the series finale.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Sad day.
It's all right. It's sad. It's okay. But there's those Kardashians. They have a lot going on. I
Yes.
don't think that's gonna hurt them that much.
No.
But yeah, so I'm Justine, and you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine. And say hello to my lovely co-host.
Hello, guys. I am Dakota T. Jones, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And I'm Laila Sadny. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Laila Sadny.
Hey everybody, I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha
Samantha_Benitz.
Benitz. No, I said Benitz. Yeah, so I think this has been the most, I don't think I'm going to say this right, the most weighted show because everyone has been wanting to see Kim and
Yes,
Kanye.
highly
Yeah.
anticipated.
Like,
very much.
they're the ones that everyone wanted to see. So I think that, you think they saved it for last?
Of
You
course
think they saved the best for
because
last?
it was out of order. That episode was supposed to be last week, I believe. And when they announced like there was going to be a series finale, they moved that to the finale show.
Okay.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah, so we have, they don't even need introduction. We have Kim and Kanye, because if you're watching
Who
the
are
show,
they?
Yeah.
you know who they are. And we have John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. And John Legend is a singer, and he's married to Chrissy, and she's a model from Sports Illustrated. And they're friends with the Kardashians.
Yeah,
that's like how they got on
They
this.
all hang out.
Yeah.
They all hang out. But Chrissy, she's actually a cook. She does a lot of hosting and does
Yeah.
a lot of cooking shows,
Fab
and things
life.
like that. Yeah. So
And she just came out with a cookbook, right? Called Cravings Cookbook.
Yeah, good for her.
I wonder if Maria and Chrissy have
I know they need to team up.
have talked about their cookbooks. They
could have a
Been like
cook-off.
little chatting together.
Yes.
Well, let's get into it. We have. It's such a weird thing to start off with, but like basically the first thing they started talking about was Kim and breastfeeding and her weight, and basically she was talking about how she's 5'3.5". I'm like 5'3", so like we're kind of the same height, which is really weird looking at her and like we're like the same height, and she gained like 190 pounds. She said.
well, she didn't gain
didn't
190 pounds. She ended
That
at
was
her
her
max.
max.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Man, she must have been a boat.
Whoa.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I
don't
know
mean
what
she-
you meant, but
you know what
people
I-
out there wouldn't know.
You know what I mean. I didn't mean she gained it. I mean that's in the end what she had gained.
Her first pregnancy
Yes.
with Northwest, she was 190 pounds at the end, which is, I mean, what do you think she probably weighed like 110, 15 maybe before?
I don't know.
20?
And she
I
said
don't know.
15.
That's a lot.
Before
she said she lost 45 pounds this time.
Yeah.
That's how much that she's lost just after having the baby. So that's very impressive. Like,
Breastfeeding
It is
right here
fast.
helps.
It is
yeah.
fast because I mean she had her son Saint not too long ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it usually takes women a lot longer. So
Yeah.
she's
and like usually women would still be breastfeeding at this time if I'm correct. So like she said that she has frozen so much breast milk and it's all just in the freezer, and it's just because I guess North was having a hard time with. North
Yeah.
was having a hard time putting her little milk box in mommy's bra.
That is the
she
that
was
is
jealous. That's cute.
Yeah. That,
That's older sibling syndrome right
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
It's
That's
very
cute.
creative. Very creative.
I feel like I don't know. I can't
What?
believe she gained. I'm just like still I cannot believe she gained that much.
Well, don't
You got to
her,
gain some at least.
she was
to be
better
healthy,
with
of
Saint.
course, yeah.
She was definitely better
yeah,
with
like
Saint.
her first pregnancy, she like got too big because I think
Oh my
she
God.
learned, what to do and what not to do,
Yeah.
which usually happens
Yeah.
like with your second
Last year
pregnancy.
she gained the weight like in her arms and her toes and her feet, and everything was just like bloated, and this time it was, but it wasn't as much because I
Yeah.
know she had like a health problem the first time, and she had like a scare the second time as well, but she definitely, I think,
Right, she's more
dealt with,
conscientious of the changes now
yeah.
with her body because she kind of knew the second time around what to expect, which is good. Good for you,
Yeah.
Kim. Looking good. She looked amazing on the show tonight. I actually liked the ombre that she did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a new kind of super gradual light fade.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
looking good.
I was noticing it. I was like, yeah, feeling it. But she lost almost, like you said, 45 pounds. And for anyone that's like interested in obviously like losing weight, and if you had a kid and stuff, she said that she did it with the Atkins diet program.
No carbs, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
which
sugar.
is it's crazy because you know what? Everyone's gonna say something different. Literally, like I was on YouTube, what was it the other day, and there was a couple bloggers that are like, you know, you go vegan, carbs, carbs, carbs. That's how you lose the weight. Like I'm telling you, people don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Nobody knows,
no.
but it's like everyone says something different.
But here's the deal: like everyone has a different body, different
Yeah.
body chemistry.
Yep.
So it's like whatever works for your body, and if it's healthy, by all means, do it. The Atkins
Right.
diet, I did know that she was following that a lot, but the Atkins diet, like back in the day, like a long time ago, got a lot of criticism because it was really unhealthy. It was like high in cholesterol, and they've kind of like
You're missing out on food
changed it a
groups.
little bit now. It's still the Atkins diet, but it's a little healthier. Before it was
Modified,
like
yeah.
eat cheeseburgers and steak and like this and that,
Wow.
and it raised people's cholesterol.
Maybe that's why she liked it, because she loves eating junk food. Like if you watch her on the show,
Well, she can eat junk food on that diet though.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean like not like the good diets. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it's not like eating a kale salad.
I felt like really bad for Sharon because he was like, I made this macaroni and cheese for you. Please try.
It
She's like,
looks
nope,
so
not gonna
good,
do
too.
it.
It
Nope.
It looks amazing.
like,
It
I
had
want
like
that.
I
shrimp in there.
know.
It even looked like or lobster. I'm like,
I wonder if she's sponsored for Atkins. I
Probably.
mean, come on,
She would
like
have to be.
because
For her
also
to talk about it, she talks about it a lot.
she talks about it a lot. Not only that, and you know, Chloe's doing this whole like revenge body, and like I don't think we really know exactly what's going into detail, but like I'm pretty sure like if it was the other way around and it was Khloé with Atkins, like she couldn't be like going on the show like trying to promote these people trying to lose weight with Atkins.
Right.
You know, so I think that could definitely be.
I mean, Atkins diet now, they have actually like, I don't know if anyone's interested in this, but they actually have their prepared like frozen meals in the grocery store. So it seems like they're like getting out there more. So it would make sense if she's like kind of working with them and maybe
true.
gonna be like this.
I
Well,
see some
face
Instagram
out.
posts coming.
Well, whatever works. Seriously, whatever works for you. Everyone's different. Like, it literally depends. And I think
Everyone's
that's what
different.
people are starting to learn that, you know, it used to be like, okay, just eat this, 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 and that will help you lose weight. But now people are realizing you can't just go off one thing. You just can't.
Gotta be custom.
But so, yeah, they were getting into, I forget who asked, but I forget who asked how Kim balances mom and a career. I can't remember.
Khloé.
That was Khloé.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Khloé asked if how she balanced being a mom and her career. And I mean, I'm so, like, I always say this every time and I feel bad, but I'm like, come on, like, she probably has nannies all the time.
I'm
And then
sure she has nannies. Yeah.
and like she was saying basically that she got into her whole detail. What do you guys think about like what she was saying? Because like me, I'm just so like, no, she's a nanny, she's lying. That's just me.
I mean, I think she probably has nannies, but I think she also probably is like hands-on a lot,
Yeah.
and
I
she
hope.
does kind of do a lot with her business side of things, and does like really take like
lot of
control of her.
appearances.
And I mean, yeah, I can imagine that would be really hard. Like,
Yeah, I remember
for anyone.
like I mean any events that she has. I mean, after she's had a baby, she's always like, you know what, I can only be here from this time to this time, and then I have to like go breastfeed or whatever. Like she seems like, even though she's very business savvy and very involved, I mean, just seeing some of the personal side of her, I feel like she's very much of a mother. You know, I
Yeah.
know a lot of people like to make her like this model that like only thinks about herself and everything like that. But I really think that she has like a really good heart, and I think that she does
Yeah.
spend a lot of time with her kids. And obviously Kanye was saying how he stays home in the mornings and just hangs out with North and like
you can't tell her no.
I like how they
Right,
mentioned that too, and that, you know, in the beginning of when North was first born, that they were around home all the time with her for the first few months, which kind of shows that they're willing to put their business aspirations on the side just to get to know their daughter and, you know, be there for that important time when they're learning so much and absorbing you and
Yeah.
just having all that parental love. So
they all, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's I mean I was just gonna say I think that when you're a celebrity, it's easier than they make it seem. They make, you know, like, not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying it's not hard.
financially, it's
But-
easier probably,
yeah,
but
because
schedule-wise, I bet it's harder.
It's it's hard. But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's easy to be like, okay, you have so much money that, oh, God forbid you need something last minute. It's not a problem to maybe like get the nanny extra or do like, you know, for when someone that doesn't have a lot of money, it's like hard to get like a nanny for the
Right, you have
baby.
to cut corners,
Yeah, like money wise, it's really it probably helps so much.
Oh
you know?
yeah, of course.
I know with Courtney, I mean, you can always see that she always just drops her kids off with Khloé. Khloé's always babysitting Kourtney's kids, and like, you know, Rain, Penelope, and Mason are always just there, like cooking and making cookies and eating cookies. And
I love Kourtney as a mom.
yeah, I feel like
she seems like the
she's-
most at like she.
Normal, down to earth.
Yeah.
Well, she just seems like she'd be. I think Khloé would be the like. I could just see her being like the best mom, but I think Kourtney's really involved. Like, because I remember, I don't know if you remember when she found out she was pregnant on Miami when it was. I think it was her and Khloé.
Yep.
Taking Miami. And I remember them making fun of Kourtney, like joking around, like, what am I gonna do with this baby? Like, oh my God. They're like, I can't believe Kourtney's having a baby. Like, what is she gonna do? And now she, like, you watch her and you're like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, she's.
I
the
remember that
motherliest mother.
episode.
I remember that
She
episode.
said she had a dream too. She was like, I had a dream he was in my back pocket or something along those lines. And like, she just felt like, I think she said she was afraid she was going to like sit on him. And it was kind of like a metaphor to how she would feel if she didn't keep the baby. So it's cool. And now she's super holistic, and you can tell that she's really conscientious about what she shows her children, and like always makes them spend time together, which I think is great. They all have siblings and get that like very big family experience. And the Kardashians are like a huge family. So you're just so much family.
Yeah. If I had I mean, I have a
Mm-hmm.
I have a huge family in Missouri. So like, if I still had lived there and I
Right.
had a kid or something like that, it would be so easy to find a babysitter. I'd just be, all right, go down the line. All right, nope,
Ask
grandma
somebody,
can't.
yeah.
Nope, cousin
Yeah,
can't.
it's good to have that family support.
Yeah.
It really helps, you know.
And in my
Yeah.
family, if there's a baby, they all attack. They're just like, so any time that they're ever needing like any kind of babysitter, there's like 50
Done
people
deal,
who would,
huh?
like take it. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I think we talked about this one other episode. Kanye and Kim have basically been living with Chris.
Yeah,
for-
not anymore, but they were. Yeah.
They were
for like 2 years.
for so long while they were getting their house, you know, getting their new house built.
They still are until June, maybe.
Okay, that's what I don't understand. Like, what do you guys think? Like, why? Like, they have so much money. Why?
I think they like being there. I think Kim likes
Yeah,
being there.
Kim likes Kanye.
Maybe
Acted like
not
he didn't
Kanye.
really. I mean, tonight he acted like he really didn't get along with Chris that much. Maybe
He just wanted more personal
He was
time,
just
it
like- I don't think
sounded
that was
like.
it.
Yeah.
well, that's
Just
why
like more space.
was
that's
kinda
why
teasing
getting
her.
into the whole Kim and Kanye thing. How do you guys feel about the way Kanye was treating Kim?
I thought he was being really rude to her, actually. I said that like during the break. I'm
Yeah.
like, gosh, he's being like really kind of mean to her. And
I
she's
mean,
just sitting there taking it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he mentioned that. Oh, okay. Like, you know, I actually met her with Ray J in the studio.
There was little
like
comments,
bringing
yeah.
up her little
And
like.
Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just brought up the exes tonight. I don't know if he was feeling like, I don't know, sentimental
seem
or
to
something.
care.
Maybe the questions that were asked kind of brought that up, and that may be a sensitive subject between them two. It kind of seemed, but yeah, it seemed like she didn't really care that he said those comments.
Yeah, I
anyways.
feel like she liked that he like the way she made it seem like was like almost making fun of herself, you know, because there's so
Yeah.
much hate and criticism that maybe they're like, yeah, let's just make fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they didn't really make fun of him, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like maybe you don't know. I mean,
that's true.
I don't
That's
know.
true. I just think maybe she's used to the way he treats her, and that's fine. And I mean, some of the stuff that he does to her is very sweet and very romantic. But like tonight, I was not feeling it.
It's probably
I'm
just
"Ugh."
like part of their relationship, you know, and the
Yeah.
fact that they talk about it on the show, but that they were friends for so long.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
probably have that friend like teasing relationship too.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's still
they've-
there, which is I love that. I think
They've
it's
known
awesome.
each other since 2004. And like you said, they met when she was in the studio with Brandy. And what was, oh my God, what was Kanye calling her?
Kim Kardashian or
No,
something.
Kim Kardashian.
Kardashian. Yeah.
Sorry,
I was-
Parmesan.
Yeah.
I was literally dying. Like when he said that, I was like, I could so see him. Like being like, who's that Kim Kardashian?
Hanging out with Paris Hilton when
Yeah.
she was all big, like the Simple Lifetime.
And he said she got all threes, talking about like,
T-A and face, yeah.
See,
Tits,
I
ass, and
didn't like
face.
that comment because I feel like tonight he was so focused on like looks. 'Cause
Exterior,
He
right.
made that comment, oh, I got the girl with all three. And then he also made the comment like, oh, John, you got a hot wife. That's good because otherwise if you didn't, I'd be looking at you like, oh, no, he doesn't have a good wife. And a good thing I have a hot wife too. And it's like,
Well,
he
they're
made it
just,
sound like
I think
it was
he's just
all...
being sarcastic, kind of.
I
because
know,
they-
but-
you
They've
expect
known-
anything less than
They've
that.
known each other for so long. John and
Chrissy, yeah.
Kim. No, John and Kim. John and Kanye have known each other for so long. They
Okay.
probably have seen like all the girls that they've dated, and it was probably just like a little like, you know, boys
Little
jabbing
jab.
at each
Yeah.
other.
I just think when they make jokes like that, I just hate it because I'm like, you know, there's some, you know, poor pudgy girl out there who's watching. That's gonna be so sad. I mean, it's not all about looks, you know. Like
It's not.
about
and I
looks.
just hate how he kind of made it like that. He was always talking
mean,
about,
but-
oh, you got T's and A and whatever. I'm just,
Hollywood and social media and just, you know, everything it's how it is. You know, if you're going to put yourself out there, then Kanye is the number one, you know, offender of that.
Yeah.
Literally. But getting more into Kanye. Why are my names today? I'm like Khloé, Courtney, Kim. Khloé was asking him about the title of his album, Pablo. And I think it was so funny that her exact question was, how did you get the confidence that you have? Like,
Yeah.
I loved that because she was just
that's a
like,
great
tell me.
question.
Yeah, like, really, how'd you get the confidence?
Because he compares himself to Jesus and Michelangelo and who else? Like, I forgot.
We were
I don't
thinking-
He
know.
corrected himself.
But-
He's like,
but-
everybody's like Jesus.
But
I'm
I
like,
mean, that's a
okay,
very
I see what
religious
he's
thing to
trying to
say,
say.
yeah.
No.
But who was it? It was Jesus, Michelangelo, and there was someone else he compared
The
himself
Apostle
to.
Paul.
Well, he was just saying for the life of Pablo, it was referring to Pablo Escobar, Pablo
Escobar,
Picasso,
and then Apostle Paul.
Which I thought was a really cool explanation.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
That's what I was
all
saying
the
a few
different-
episodes ago. I was like, what does it mean? But I figured it was Pablo Escobar. But it does make sense that it's both because it's like art and
religion, art,
exactly.
and
moving
product.
Well, he was saying that he got the confidence. I thought this was a really weird statement. He said that he got his confidence from not having a slave mentality. What do you guys think
Means
about
he
that
was ra-
quote?
Not being oppressed by society.
Yeah, he was raised that way. He was raised like you can do whatever you want to do if you want to do it bad enough, and that's absolutely how.
Are they
people should be
talking
raised.
about like race, or are they just talking about in general, like as a person?
I mean, race probably a little bit, and
Just
Yeah,
no
any,
judgment.
But,
any
I mean,
form of
if
slavery.
anyone-
is
if
like
anyone
Let's
grows-
not
if
do
anyone grows
touchy
up-
subjects.
you know, if
tonight.
anyone grows
Last
up,
show.
like to take it away from the race thing, if anyone grows up like very poor in a poor neighborhood,
Yeah.
Right.
to say like, oh, you can one day be a millionaire, like, and
Exactly.
you can, like, to have that mentality, not just accept like where you're growing up.
That's true. And
That's
he's
what he
proof
meant
of
by
that.
it.
He is proof of that. So I applaud him for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, as crazy and psychotic as he is, he's obviously doing something right because people are he's getting paid for it,
Yeah.
even though he says he's in debt.
I
Yeah.
don't know about all that.
And you know
What's
what?
your definition of debt?
Yeah,
I'll tell
seriously.
you what mine is.
Yeah, seriously though.
Yeah.
What were
I
you gonna
agree.
say?
I was just gonna. I forgot. I totally forgot. If I think of it-
forgot.
If I think of it, I'll bring it
It'll
up.
come back to you.
That's
It'll
all
come
right.
back. It'll come back.
So, yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, you know what's so funny about this episode? I really thought it was gonna be more. I don't know. I thought it was
There's
gonna
a whole lot going on.
Yeah, like I
right?
thought it was gonna be more intense. Like I thought there was gonna be way more to talk about, and like I mean,
It was the most like fluid episode
It
to me.
was.
I was thinking because the two couples already knew each other, and
Yeah.
then you could see like Chrissy being so excited, being late in her pregnancy at this point, and now it's great because we know she had her baby. So you kind of got to see the moments right before and how excited she was, and she totally was glowing. I thought they were so cute tonight, talking about their expanding family and
Yeah.
Yeah.
his religious mom and how
Oh my
Chloe went
gosh.
to the dinner and basically.
Chrissy and John, they're really
Yeah.
sweet. I met them once, like a couple years ago. It was at a bar actually in the Valley, and they
Uh-huh.
were like the sweetest, like down to earth,
Aw.
like totally down to earth couple.
That's so sweet.
They're really
They
sweet.
seem like a total sweet couple. It's so funny. I think it was when I was at the VMAs or maybe a different award show, and they were sitting right next to Kim and Kanye, and it was just so crazy to be like right there when they're sitting right there. But you
Yeah.
can't go up to them because they have like guards all around them and
Yeah.
everything. But man, it's just so crazy. The amount of people that they have following them, and
Right.
when those two couples get together, I'm sure it is just a crazy, like, freak show.
Can you imagine like
Yeah.
getting paid and going on to like, okay, we're gonna go film and get paid to go on Cocktails with Khloe, but it's basically like you're just hanging out with your friends. It's like us
Yeah.
all going on
Yeah.
together and,
And
just
then-
getting paid to hang out.
And
Yeah.
Chloe,
Yeah.
like I thought she was like the most comfortable because she's hanging out with like her sister and her brother-in-law and her friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say earlier. I was gonna say that I really enjoyed how at least everyone has their opinion of Kanye, but it was kind of nice to see a more personal side of him because we always see like
Yeah.
this like
Persona,
guarded like
right.
persona and the, like Twitter rants and everything. But it was kind of nice to see him sitting down with the people he loves and
Yeah.
just having fun and poking fun and like laughing. And
He was very
stuff.
laid back.
Yeah.
And he's not
Surprisingly.
really he doesn't want to be on the reality show. He's made that very, very known. And even going into just kind of him and not wanting to be as weird as it is, you'd think that Kanye would want to be like he's such an egotistical maniac that you think he'd want to be on the reality show and always show himself. But getting kind of more into that, he also was saying, which I thought was so weird, that he didn't have a phone until he found out that Kim was dating Chris Humphries.
I think that he has a little bit, as much as he is known to be this egomaniac, like I want attention, he has that little bit of like, he's an
Sensitivity,
artist, he's an artist and he wants privacy, and it makes, by being private and being an artist, it makes you more desirable to the public. I think he has a little bit of both, which sounds weird,
Like
but
mystery.
yeah. But I think it's weird he didn't have a phone.
So I thought it was hilarious. He was like, yeah, I would just text Kim and just like, I don't, what did he say?
He said like he sent photos of like basketball players as they've aged, you know, with their shorts all high, and it's like, this is what you have to look forward to. This is your future.
like super blunt.
And
That's
then,
like,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Very
Well, they were
blunt.
friends. They obviously had that teasing relationship, you know.
it's crazy how you could go from just being friends with someone. I always wonder, like, through all
What
those years.
changes, yeah.
Like, because sometimes, you know, people know kind of if they're into, you know, as a friend, but you just don't go there. But sometimes people really are just friends and they don't know. Like, I'm so curious. They never really talked about, like, did they know? I think he always liked her.
Yeah, he liked her.
But I don't know if she always liked him. It's funny.
Yeah, because obviously not. She was going around, you know, like with different people, and he was always said, you know, like, oh, you know, I always knew I wanted that girl. I
Yeah.
wanted that girl one day.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I saw even
Kanye gets
before
what he
they were
wants.
dating, like when they interacted on one of the Kardashian shows, and basically he was just swooning over her, and I could tell she was loving it, you know, but she wasn't feeling mutual quite then.
Yeah.
She met Chris shortly after, and I wasn't sure how I felt about their dynamic, and then of course they ended up in divorce, and I kind of
Oh,
felt
that was
like
weird. That whole
yeah, they
It
just
was weird.
I could tell they weren't
Random couple.
bonding, and like it was not what they both expected. So
I could not stand the way that Chris treated Kim at all. Like he treated
He was
her
so mean to her.
awfully. Like, oh, it
I
was
just
so
felt like he
bad.
didn't pay attention, like he wasn't listening, and yeah, we probably saw a biased side of it too, because like you're only
Yeah.
seeing bits and pieces
Yeah.
of
They
everything
want
that's
you to see.
happening. But you know, it's good that she has Kanye now that they've got their 2 kids. And
Yeah.
Kanye and Kim. Yeah, now I can't imagine them like not together. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that flashback? They threw a flashback when they were showing her when when she was in the studio with Brandy. How different does she look?
Oh my gosh.
Totally different.
Some people are like,
She's a
oh,
lot
it's because
younger.
but some people are like, oh, it's because she's, you know, older. I'm like, that's not the only reason. Someone doesn't look that drastically
Yeah.
different.
It wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was, but it was
it
not
wasn't
enough.
that long
It was
ago.
like 12 years ago.
No.
Oh geez.
No,
Well,
it was-
12 years ago, you're gonna look pretty different.
Yeah, I don't know about you
No,
guys, but I
she's-
looked like a barracuda 12 years ago. So.
No,
Look
it's
at me
her,
now.
it's her
Look at me now.
feature. It's her features are different. It's not like an aging thing. I mean, obviously a little bit, but like you look at like the stages, and it's like I was looking at them one time, and it was like I should have sent them in. It was like 1 year to the next year. It was like a huge jump. You're like, okay, I guess that's where she got all the surgeries because you like noticed all that. But
I mean, she's came clean about that. I mean, she says that she's had Botox and different face things that she's done, but she just said that she's never had breast implants or like butt implants.
Yeah.
So basically, she's admitted to having work done on her face, but
I think that's as a celebrity, you need to be open and honest about that stuff because
You do.
the media will literally tear you apart.
Yeah, and it looks worse for you if you're lying.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, I know, I see you. Like what?
I mean, you look one way one day,
I mean,
and the next.
Michael
another day.
Jackson-
Something. I don't think there's anything. I mean, if you don't do anything too drastic, I don't think there's anything wrong with like maintaining certain
Yeah.
things, but not like crazy plastic surgery. That's a little out there.
I remember watching an interview with Michael Jackson where, you know, he went from having his nose to like the very like skinnier than my nose and like pointy. And they were like, so did you have surgery on your nose? No, I never did. I never had surgery on my nose. And it's like, how does that happen? Like, how does that,
yeah.
No, it doesn't happen.
I mean,
like
that was back in the day where like that was really not acceptable.
No.
You know, nowadays I'm sure he probably would have
Yeah.
admitted to it.
That's a good
Finally,
point.
he
Things
admitted,
have
okay,
changed.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, finally he's like, okay, I had 2 things done, and it's like no, and he kind of eventually said, okay, fine, and then he actually told them he didn't want that interview aired, but then it ended up airing, and he was kind of upset with it, for obvious reasons, because he had to be
Yeah.
very honest. He wasn't used to being that honest, so.
But getting more back into the kind of social media aspect and Kanye, I thought it was really funny that they were just talking about basically, you know, obviously when you're a celebrity, you're in the limelight. People are going to talk shit. They're going to be so mean. Like you could literally be have a picture of you on the floor feeding children in Africa and people will hate you for it. Like, you could be doing the nicest thing.
No, I mean, like, we talked about this. Like, we've all seen it, like, on our level, which isn't even anything close to them
Literally.
at the moment.
Not
but everyone sees it. Like, so just, like, you can't really do anything without
can't escape it, yeah.
Like, I think it was Chrissy, or John and Chrissy were talking about mommy shaming. And, like, you can't, like, when a woman's pregnant, like, they'll say, oh my gosh, why are you eating this? Why are you running there? Why are you sitting there? Why are you holding
the baby near the stove, right? Like,
simmer,
What am I
like,
supposed to do? Stand there like this for like 9 months?
Yeah.
I don't think
Because
so.
they were saying that Courtney was getting a lot of hate because she was holding Mason.
in a swaddle.
yeah.
It was Mason or Penelope. It was
One of those, like,
Rain,
little
one of her
swings.
kids. Yeah, it was one of the kids. And
body swing.
yeah, she was like holding him in, like, I guess near, like, while she was like just gonna go stir something. The heat was on very low on the stove, and people were like flipping out. And I'm like, maybe they flip out because they're like, wow, like, you know, I've done all this shit. I think I'm a terrible mom, so let me just blame it on someone else. Like, why else are these people attacking them?
Right.
Well,
I just feel like you
anything
can
that-
hide
They get bored.
behind a computer screen and
Yeah.
say whatever you
Anything that they
want,
can
and
attack
you have
them
no
for.
repercussions
Yeah.
for saying like horrible things.
Well, Chris. Oh no.
No, I was
Say
just
what
gonna
you were
say,
gonna
I
say.
think it's hilarious because like even the people that I've dealt with, most of the people who are haters, their icon on Twitter is like the egg.
Oh, yeah.
Like they literally don't have any profile
Anonymous.
picture. They don't have any
so
bio.
true.
Yeah.
And you just go through and you see all like they're hating like
The epitome of a troll. That's
they're
it
trolls
right there. Yeah.
and they literally have this little egg profile and I'm like, you idiot.
I had someone that, like, I'm not saying like, oh, yeah, all this hate, like, no, but I just had this one girl on Instagram that was like just saying the meanest stuff to me, and the picture was, what was it? It was like those weird like 90s troll dolls, you know,
Oh my
those
God.
trolls with the hair,
Literally a troll.
and I was like,
An internet troll.
real,
That's so funny.
really?
How suitable. Yeah.
That's
What?
funny.
Those little troll dolls.
But
oh
I
my
thought
gosh.
it's so funny that Chrissy said that she has to read all of her tweets. Like, she has to read the
I think
responses.
that's so funny.
But
There's
Kanye
two people,
doesn't.
like the people who refuse to read it and the people
Yeah,
who
there's two
read it
types.
like the addiction. You
Yeah.
need to know what they're saying.
I would
I'm
read it.
surprised.
I read it. I'm a reader. It's bad.
Would you
So
guys
I
read
try
it?
to stop though most of the time.
I had like a couple paragraph long thing
Depends.
posted on one of our videos in the past, and I like literally just sat there and you kept clicking the more button and it would just drop down, drop down, drop
It's
down.
almost like
I
a
was like, this is
self-inflicted
funny.
pain or something that you
Yeah.
want to like do to yourself. Like you have to know what they're saying.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this is the thing. I'm surprised that Kanye doesn't read them. Totally surprised, because
Yeah.
I'd feel like he'd feed off that, read a mean comment, and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy on Twitter." Honestly, I don't. It just depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll feel like reading them, and if I'm in like a good motivated mood, I'm like, no one can bring me down. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
But then some days when I'm having a really shitty day and I'm like, I hate my life, I'm going nowhere, I'm not reading them, or I'll literally be like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go downtown.
Sometimes I
Jump
love
off a
what you
bridge.
respond back to people. You'd be like,
Yeah,
He goes in.
sometimes I'm a little like,
Yeah.
it really depends on my mood, because like if you don't see a response from me, then I probably didn't read it, because it's very hard for me not to say something, you know, like if someone's mean, like I know they say, I think because we're in beginning of stages of like, we're not like Kim and Kanye, so now we still could be like, oh, that hurts our feelings or whatever. Them at this point, they're like, I'm not even
I
bothered.
think you get
Yeah,
numb
shrug
to
it
it
off.
at
I
some
think
point.
it's
you know?
the opposite for me right now. Like for me, since I don't get a lot of hate or anything, like whenever I do, I'm like, oh my god, people care enough to hate about me, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Really?
I have like a hater.
I don't like it.
But then I say something nice to them back, and then they'll feel bad. But then like I feel like if I was on a larger scale and I was having a lot of people, you know, I was very successful, but I was having a lot of people try to tear me down, that would bother me more than now.
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
That's crazy though that you say that, because that happens so many times. There was a girl on my Instagram, and she was just like, she basically put, I don't even remember what it was, but she basically was like, oh, like basically I looked like shit in this one video or something, and I was like, honestly, like I don't know why you need, because I used to get really pissed, but now I'm like, let me just be pissed in a nice way. So I was like,
A nice
honestly, like,
piss.
I was like, I don't really know why you know feel the need to tell me that and all this stuff, and then like, as soon as you're like kind of not nice, but you're just like,
Kill 'em with kindness,
Well,
as
no,
they
like
say.
the second that you actually acknowledge them, they're like, oh, like I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm like, okay,
It's like,
you
okay,
did.
what did
but,
you mean it like?
But you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like when they don't really think that you're gonna respond, and when you do,
They get scared.
They're like,
like-
oh,
Scared.
It's like
Yeah,
they don't
that's
think you're
true.
gonna respond, or they don't think you read it. And it's like, yeah, we do.
Yeah. Oh, we
I've
read
seen
it.
him turn around after a comment back, you know, and then I'm like, yeah, you beat the troll. Look at you.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed if you can outword them, because most of the time they come in and they're ready to fight with words.
Yes.
Has anyone out there, you guys became friends with a troll. Not like friends. But of course that happened to me. This one girl that was being like ridiculous. Like we were just kind of going back and forth, and finally I'm like, yeah, but you have cute pictures. Come on, what camera do you use? And we just whatever. And now we comment each other's stuff, and we're all like
cute.
nice.
That's so cute.
That's cute. I know. Well, you remember like in school, like usually like if there's someone like you didn't like at first, a lot of times you'd end up being really good friends with them. So sometimes I think people have that like for some reason you like don't like each
You
other.
might
but
even
really,
dislike people that are too much like yourself.
That's
you
true.
know?
That is true.
I had this one troll online, which started off being a nice troll. They'd be like, oh my gosh, I love your pictures, blah, 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 you're so cute. And then this girl got like to where she was like saying creepy things like, oh, I don't even know. I'm not going to say it on air. But she was saying creepy things. And then it got to the point where it was almost insulting. And then
Really?
I like blocked her. And then she made 7 more accounts. And every time she'd make an account, she would go on and she'd like comment on 60 of my things like, oh, you this, you that, you mother trucker.
What?
And, like, she'd
On
like start
Instagram?
going, yeah, and then I block her and then
That's
she
scary.
made my face her profile picture.
Okay, that is the
And
scariest thing I've ever
She
heard.
would like
How do you know it was a girl?
post photos of me because she said she was, but
so
You got a catfisher.
With being
Oh,
mean
so
to
scary.
you.
yeah. And, but at first
Sounds
she
like
was
a
like, oh my god, I
really
love
good,
him.
like-
And
I would
movie.
feel honestly kind of honored about that. Like I would be like, okay.
8 accounts, and every time
I
she
would
would
feel
do
pretty
it,
cool. I'm
I
not
would be
gonna lie.
creeped
I would
out.
delete it, and then I would like go, and I would like have to delete
Report
every
as
single
some
thing.
spam.
dude was
Yeah.
doing that to you online, I would be scared. I'd be afraid I was gonna get kidnapped or.
I know, and then it got to
Yeah,
where,
actually, well, I meant a girl. I was thinking girl. Why not guy?
No,
That's a little scary.
then it got to where I
please?
think that they knew where I was because they'd say things like they knew where I was.
What?
I got
Okay,
so scared. Like I have like not that many. I mean, like I don't have any followers hardly on Twitter, but on Instagram I have like 21.4 thousand or something.
Freaking more than
So
me.
like I don't know, but I just felt so scared and like not safe.
Can you imagine how these celebrities feel?
They get crazy. They
I
get
mean,
stalkers.
Mr. Dakota T. Jones is like needs
Yeah,
bodyguards
so-
already. Like, can you imagine Kim and Kanye?
There's,
Like,
I would be.
it's so scary.
I mean, it is scary. It's a scary thing, and like there are those stories of people that have gotten hurt, or people have broken into people's houses, or
Yeah.
even worse, with celebrity stalkers. So I mean, it's a real thing.
It's very scary.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
People are crazy out there.
people are crazy. Well, speaking of crazy, you guys want to get into some crazy news and gossip? Let's get into that.
TV news.
All right, hit me, Sam.
All right.
I don't know
So
why I felt like saying that.
I like that
for
intro.
sure.
That was really good. Okay, so we'll start
Oh,
out
yeah.
with a little Coachella news. So a bunch
hair.
of celebrities were flocking to Indio, California for Coachella. As you know, so many people go. A lot of musical artists are there. Stars in attendance included Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Scott Disick, Taylor Swift, Leonardo DiCaprio, Rihanna, Vanessa Hudgens, Liam Hemsworth, A$AP Rocky, Katy Perry, and her new beau, of course, Orlando Bloom. His ex Miranda Kerr was also there with Evan Spiegel. And of course, even Kanye West was there to perform, I believe,
I was
and
there.
Keisha.
me.
Yes, of course. And our own Kesha.
Oh, I was like, who's Keisha? Oh, she was there?
Kesha,
was,
yes,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
and
everyone was
even
there.
NWA made a little surprise
they did.
performance as well.
They did. You know what's interesting about Coachella? It's like I've seen it throughout the years, and it's become such a like mecca for like fashion and
Right.
like it's like
They have their own
literally-
Instagram
it's
page
its
for
own-
style.
It's such a fashion like mecca now. It's kind of cool. to
And
see
what
it.
was the hairstyle since you were there?
Uh-huh.
What was
The two braids. The
Dutch braids.
The two braids, yeah, that I believe Kim started.
Yeah.
Every girl had those braids.
like literally?
Like everyone. I'm like, oh, if I see one more braid, I swear to God.
Did you have a braid?
No, I did not do the braids purposely for that reason.
You knew it.
But this hair
But it was
color we
fun.
have on
Coachella's
Kylie
fun.
is like giving me life.
Yes,
It's cool.
she did
Oh,
a
I
rainbow
love
wig with
it.
extensions. It looks like a little Louis Vuitton wrap as well, and she's sitting there under the shade with Tyga.
She looks like a mermaid, like
It is very
pirate.
mermaidy.
Yeah,
Must be
it
the
is.
life. I mean, literally, think about it. They're just like VIP. She's just like hanging out. Coachella can do whatever she wants. Like,
Oh, I know.
damn, that must be the life.
And of
What is
course, other exciting news that happened recently. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend welcomed their first child into the world, their daughter, Luna Simone Stevens. She was born Thursday, April 14th, and the mama bear, of course, tweeted, "She's here, Luna Simone Stevens. We are so in love with you." And sleepy, very sleepy. And as you can see,
What is
her
that?
weight was 6 pounds, 11 ounces. So,
I love
cute.
that name too. That when I saw that they named her Luna, I was like,
Yeah.
I love that name. Like I think it
Like
was
a
really,
Luna bar, like those protein
yeah,
bars.
Luna means moon or whatever. ever.
Okay.
Simone
Or
is
back.
like
That's
one of my
what I
favorite
thought.
girl
Or back.
names too. So
They're so cute. I saw the picture that Chrissy, her first picture of her daughter, she tweeted. Yeah, there we go. I think it's the most proud with her dog.
I like
looking
the
on.
dog. I'm like,
know,
dog.
the
Like
It's
she
all
looks
there.
beautiful, like mom. You know,
Gorgeous.
mom just had to be. Oh, that's such an awesome picture.
and they're just gazing into each other's eyes.
So
It's
cute.
adorable.
It's cute.
Such boobs in that picture.
Yeah,
I know.
it
Girl.
happens.
She reminded me this episode a little bit of Khloé. Maybe it was the shorter hair. Like they remind me of each other a little
They
bit.
both have like spunky personalities.
Yeah.
but the
too.
way they look, not like exactly, but I don't know. I just they remind me of each other.
More Coachella pictures. Again?
Yeah, of course.
Ooh,
and
I
as you
love
can
it.
see, Kendall was rocking that outfit too. She was kind of getting a lot of press for it being like a see-through
I thought
top.
Kendall- I thought Kendall
can't
looked
even see what's on
awesome.
her
You can see
head.
her pierced nipple through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had kind of like a. I mean, look, it was hot at Coachella. Like you did not
Kendall
want to have
has
clothes
those
on.
Yeah, I get it.
Just
Just like
one.
cooking over there.
How
And
did I
she
not know
also
that?
One. I
What?
think she just has one pierced nipple too, not even two.
Wait,
Wow.
I didn't
Ouch.
know that. How did I not know that?
Oh yeah, you could see it through all of her like sheer ensembles that she would wear
Kylie
at
has
like
it
New York
too.
Fashion Week.
She's
both do.
that's crazy because
I think Kylie took him
Ken-
out. I haven't.
Kendall is so not someone I think would do that. You know what I mean?
I think
Like
that's why she did that. She's kind of like
she's
wanting to
kind of
break
got that
barriers.
little like model thing though. Like that's a very like model rock starish thing to do.
I
She's
could
kind of got
never-
that vibe.
I could never hold myself out like, all right, there you go, do it. Like, no thanks.
I know someone that just did that in both, and I literally was like,
Can you imagine
Why?
that moment when you hear the and you're like,
no. I
No,
heard it's
oh
one
my
of the most
God.
painful
Ooh.
piercings
Yeah, I couldn't.
ever, and I'm like, why? No one. I mean, I guess if anyone can
Some
see them if you
people are
want,
into some
but
weird stuff. So
But,
They
like,
can
no.
handle it. I had my belly button pierced, and that was like
I
so
did.
I did
painful
too.
for me.
I had-
Everyone was like, "That didn't hurt."
It
I
was
was like,
painful.
"Oh, like
Oh.
never again."
did you see that?
Could
There's
never.
like a little Instagram video that was out too, and it was Kendall's new boyfriend, who I believe is an NBA player, and
Lakers.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, he was a Lakers
Really?
player.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
he jumped.
Kendall?
He jumped over her head.
Yeah, I
like,
saw
at
this
Coachella.
video.
It's
Yeah,
so cute.
and
I
she
wish
was
we had it.
standing there. So yeah,
are
on
they
Kendall's-
like? Are they on the hush hush? Because like,
I think they were kind of secretive, but they were seen together, and now like that was out, so now they're kind of
look, we're learning some
coming
more
out
news
there.
and gossip from
Look at
Kendall and her
that.
new.
she's dating a
Possible
basketball player that's
guy,
trying
yeah.
to be like everyone else in the family.
Jesus, they're all dating basketball
know.
players. It's okay, I'm jealous. I want to date a basketball
The
player.
only thing that I have is that obviously Khloé is coming out with her new show Revenge Body sometime, hopefully during the summer, maybe fall. I'm not sure.
No,
But
sooner.
I know I've heard it's only 6 episodes for the first season, and apparently there's been a lot of gossip about Khloé not really being on set that much. She'll go in for pre-tape things where she does like little interviews and stuff, like to the camera, but apparently the people on set are supposed to say, oh well, she's always here, and the contestants are supposed to say, oh, we're so close and everything. But the word on the street is that she hasn't been around as much. But maybe since Cocktails is over,
Yeah.
she'll be able to show.
Maybe
up on
that's
set
why
more.
she kind of like needed to step away from
Yeah.
Cocktails. I think.
Yeah. But
Maybe
I mean, you never know.
maybe she was
Yeah.
liking the other show a little more.
Yeah, and then Kylie just came out with her new metal lip kits. So she's got one named King K.
The metallic ones?
Then, yeah, metallic ones. King K, Rain, and then there's one other one, and like they look really cool.
I'm interested in that.
It's
That
so
sounds
funny
neat.
because as a makeup artist, I know like the trends and stuff pretty well, and that has not been really a trend. And MAC has the metallic shades, and like honestly, they don't really sell that well. So it's just funny that now I bet people are gonna go in and be like. Oh, like that lip kit she has. Like, do you have anything that's kind of similar? And people are gonna start doing metallic.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because that's not been a trend for a long time.
Yeah.
So can you imagine being someone that just makes the trends?
That's awesome.
Trendsetter.
That's really cool.
Like, that would be amazing. I want to be a trendsetter. Yeah. Do we have any other news and gossip for tonight?
That kind of wraps it up for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wraps it up. That's
Well,
the haps.
I had a really
me
good
so
season.
sad.
I know.
Oh.
Wrapping it up, I had a really good season.
Yes.
That's sad. It's like
I
completely
know.
over
I
too.
know. Wow.
God, I'm gonna miss every week having all the news and gossip on the Kardashians,
Yeah.
like stalking them and having an excuse to stalk them. Because
Yes.
like you feel guilty, not guilty, but you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm stalking them. But it's like, Mom, I actually have
Doing
to. I
my
have
research.
a show.
Yeah, I'm not lurking.
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah,
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, everybody, give us your Instagram and Twitter, and where can we find you guys?
Once again, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sadny.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram at, I almost just said the same thing. Let's Face It with Justine. Thank you guys again so much for watching. All the people that are
Thank you,
positive and love our show. Just, we're going to be all around AfterBuzz on different
Yes.
stuff. So stay watching AfterBuzz.
Yes.
Love you guys.
But again,
Stay
thank you guys
busy.
so much. And See you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
We should talk
Buzz
about
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.